When you've got lowered in your name, you got to make sure you have a cart that's actually lowered. Hey there, and welcome back to Golf Karting TV. My name is Matt, and I'm thrilled to have you back here for another episode. Today we have an awesome race cart that was custom built by a guest we've had on here a couple times, Ryder Parkhill from Lifted and Lowered Golf Carts. Let's jump in and find out all about this awesome build. Awesome, Ryder, thanks for coming. We've seen some builds from you before, which I'll link in the description, but Ryder at Lifted and Lowered Carts. Tell me a little bit about you and this, and then we'll jump in and talk about the build.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, Matt. So I'm Ryder Parkhill, owner of Lifted and Lowered Golf Carts. We're a full-service golf cart dealership. We have 3 stores here in the Midwest. We sell multiple different lines of golf carts, as well as offer everything from custom golf carts, custom parts and accessories, which we sell online, rentals, leasing, you name it, we pretty much do it. If a golf cart's in the picture, we're your guys for it. So we built a really cool cart here that we're going to show you all today, and we'll get into it here soon.
So what's the history behind this? What made you build what we're about to take a look at?
Yeah, great question. So, Lifted and Lowered's in our name. So we've done a bunch of lifted builds, but we've never done like a lowered race type of golf cart. So myself and our general manager have always had this want or need for having a really fast golf cart around the dealership to show people, hey, if your golf cart's not fast enough, take a seat in this thing, and that's real speed. Yeah, so we had a guy who traded in this cart at one of our dealerships, actually up in Kansas City, and his kids wrecked the golf cart. And we saw it come in, and we thought, hey, this is a perfect platform for our race build. So we took it in. It's a 2015 EZGO TXT. Started out as a 48-bolt cart that was wrecked, tweaked really bad, tore it down to the bare frame and motor, and just fully built it up from there. So every single nut and bolt on this cart's been replaced. We've showcased all of our craftsmanship, as well as, work that we can put out of our shop in this build.
So why don't you walk us around, give us a little bit of details on what the cart you got here.
Yeah, so like I said, it's a 2015 EZGO TXT. Everything on the cart's brand new. So what we did was tore it all the way down to the bare frame and motor. When we started with the frame, the first thing we did was we notched this front frame about 2 to 3 inches up on this front axle, and fully powder coated everything. The powder coat color is called Prismatic Powder Blue. It's kind of represents our company colors that we have. So everything on it's powder coated. We have Jake's hydraulic disc brakes on the front. We're utilizing the factory disc brakes on the rear. The wheels and tires that we're running is going to be a 14-inch MODZ Drift finished in a gloss black on a Tearsec street radial. One really cool thing, and probably my favorite feature on this whole cart, is going to be all of the plastics. So we paint matched every piece of plastic on this cart just about in a Nardo gray. So everything's been sanded, primered, painted, just about everything on the cart. We went ahead. Did you have to get a new
body? I know you said that it was wrecked. Did you have to get a new body for it and then just painted that, or were you able to?
Yeah, we bought a brand new cowl for the front end because it was all cracked, but the rear body is the factory body that was on the cart when it was traded into us.
Okay, cool.
Coming into the seats, we did a MODZ FS3. This is a custom seat, and we also had our company logo embroidered in that ties into our colors. The dash, this is just like a standard, I think they call it a VIP dash. We're running that all paint match with some JBL speakers. We've got 2 up on the dash, a JBL system up there that runs everything with a battery gauge. And then we've got 2 more JBL speakers mounted here. The floor mat is just a deco mat. We actually have our logo in it, which is kind of covered up by the dash, unfortunately. But it still gives it a good look. With the performance and everything, we had actually ordered the 600 amp controller, just with like the 5 kilowatt motor from Navitas. And as we were about to install it, we found out that those guys came out with the 850 amp controller the 7.5 kilowatt motor, and that's the route we ended up going. So powering that big Navitas controller, the 850, which is custom mounted, it's just going to be a 70.4 volt Eco Battery 105. This battery does a good job, not a great job on this cart. We really need something else to really maximize our speed and potential. But currently with this setup, it'll run anywhere from like 50 to 65 miles an hour is kind of what we've seen.
Nice.
Some other cool things we've done to the cart is we've got our company logo with a custom badge there, LED headlights. Coming to the back, we built a custom sound box for this JBL Bass Pro Go. This is pretty neat. We're in an area where we've got like lots of lakes and things, so this will actually act as a subwoofer. You can detach it completely, and then it works as a Bluetooth speaker as well. So you can ride your cart around and then take your music with you. So
nice. And is the lighting on that back cowl, is that standard as well?
Yeah, standard lights on the rear cowl here. We just smoked out the tail lights as well as painted all of the bezels that you can see there.
And then is that bumper, is that something that's standard that's there already, or did you add?
Yeah, that's a factory EZGO TXT bumper that was paint matched, as well as like your access panel here. That was all paint matched as well. So we tried to paint match everything on the cart to the Nardo gray. I think the only thing we forgot to do were the hip restraints, which we'll probably do sooner than later, but just about everything is paint to match on this cart.
I think that's probably why some of those pieces stand out to me as looking like they're not factory, because I guess I'm used to seeing them black,
Sure.
just black plastic. That's very cool.
Sure.
So I guess the big question is, when do you plan to get this out? Will you be down at Rockingham for the Bragging Rights?
We might come down. We're so busy with the dealerships. I'd love to take it out. Our goal is to definitely take it to some of these golf cart events. The community is growing so strong here year after year, and we've met a lot of really good people in the industry. So our goal is to bring it out, see how we can compete with those guys, and try to have a great time.
Very cool. So tell me, I think you said, what was your favorite piece? What was the biggest challenge putting this cart together?
Probably mounting that controller, honestly. I'm not a mechanic by trade, but I know how to turn wrenches when I need to. Myself and our general manager built this cart fully hands-on, so we didn't utilize any of our technicians at the shop. So probably the disc brakes were kind of a challenge. Mounting the controller back here with the wiring, that's just not a plug and play setup at all. We had to build brackets, mount everything, as well as have custom fit wires to extend everywhere. So I believe we were one of the first few in the industry that had installed that motor and controller setup. So it was kind of a challenge, but not anything too crazy.
Yeah. Awesome, Ryder. Such a cool build. Appreciate you coming on. Glad to see that you've done the lowered version for now. So it's exciting.
Absolutely, Matt. Thanks for having me on, as always. Hope to see you around at these races this year.
Very cool. We'll see you soon.
See you, man.
That is very cool. One of the things that stands out to me with that cart in particular was that just the fact that everything was color matched. Like I said, even in the interview, there was a couple of, I just was like, is that new? Is that part of what's supposed to be there? But all those things are just normally black. And so the fact that they painted all those things and matched them up, very, very smart and creative and well done. So really cool stuff. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you loved that episode, and know that there's very, very many more. So I hope you like, subscribe, share this around, and we're back here every Wednesday at noon. Hope to see you then.